Hey, we're sitting in conditions in Strangeways. All the lads are fed up. We're banged up 23 hours a day. We don't give I told you we're going up. Last week, we kept me in segregation for 9 days. I said, I'll get on your roof if we have to. I said, we'll get on your roof if we have to. I said, sort your jail out. Even all the staff agree with us. The conditions in here are we're fed up. We don't want 200 prisoners waiting. I'm doing this to bring it to their attention. Sort it out. Get the short staff. Get more all the stuff in here. Street. We're fed up. We've had enough. Don't work. Banged up. Jump. Thank you. Go.
And Strangeways prison there, been caging people up like animals. We've heard of them letting them out for 1 hour per day, so they're getting locked up 23 hours a day. Oh my God. All the prisoners below the protester on the roof have had one meal today. I'm sure that the prison officers are probably doing this on purpose so they get mad at the protester. But we're not going to get mad at the protester, are we guys? No, we're not. We're going to support him. This is the protest right now for you people. Because that is a legend right there. He's fighting for every single person in a cell in that prison. He's fighting for every person that is locked up around the UK right now.
As I'm doing all, you're alright, it's Cody back again. This video is on prisoner Stuart Horner. For those that don't know, Stuart Horner is a friend of mine, pen friends, whatever you want to call it. Right, we've got a mutual friend. For those that don't know, Stuart Horner is doing life for murder, even though that's a conviction that he's appealing. But yeah, in September 2016, he was all over. He made worldwide news, right? International, national, local news, radio, everything. Because what happened? He was put on the exercise yard. At Cat A for Strangeways here in Manchester. It's the only Cat A in the northwest, and he was pissed off with the treatment of prisoners, the conditions within the prison, lack of screws, 23-hour bang up. So what he decided to do, he decided to take his own course of action. And when they put him on the yard, he climbed the fence, ripped the netting, scaled through the netting, and ended up on the fucking roof of the prison. We stayed up there for 3 days and 3 nights, or 4 days and 3 nights, sorry. And within this, it's alleged that criminal damage took place. Prisoners were dispersed, but he smashed D-wing up, which is the lifer unit. So apparently he smashed the roof and stuff, which then made it insecure. So prisoners, all the 20 Cat A prisoners, so the most dangerous prisoners within the prison, had to be dispersed and moved to other prisons under armed police escort and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm rocking my Strangeways t-shirt, because obviously I've been in Strangeways myself. So like I say, Stuart Horner to a lot of prisoners is like he's held in high regard. Like people that on the right side of the tracks will think, well, why are prisoners holding another prisoner in high regard? Well, the simple fact is he was trying to, he took his course of action to highlight the problems within the prison system and stuff, because all the lads were suffering behind the doors, yeah, because in Strangeways, for those that don't know, it's an old Victorian prison. It's a horrible prison to be in, to be honest. The regime is fucked up. You're pretty much locked in yourself for 22, 23, sometimes 24 hours a day, depending on like how many people phoning sick and stuff, and prison shortages, prison officer shortages and all that stuff. You get meager fucking tiny food portions. If you've got a 6 stone guy and you've got a 22 stone guy, right, you're both getting the same portion of food. And to be honest, the 6 stone guy that eats this portion of food will still feel hungry, right? Because, like I say, it doesn't fill the hole. It doesn't fill you. They give you bread that's been left out for 2 hours. It's just been opened out of the bag, left on the side so the air gets to it, so it like crisps up and stuff. It's disgusting. It's just not a good prison to be in. The treatment and stuff, the screws, yeah, you get dick. I don't like HMP staff, me, because they swap the personality for a set of keys. But again, when Stuart Horner did this, he even said, when Stuart got up on the roof of Strangeways and stuff, there's videos all over YouTube and stuff. Just Google or just search on YouTube Stuart Horner. And you'll see the videos for yourself. The reason he was put in Strangeways is actually because he'd already tunnelled out of his cell in Garth, which is a Cat B prison, right, in Ulmus Walton near Preston. It's next door to Wymont Prison. So yeah, he'd escaped through the wall, and he was nearly through the wall, like, and then they finally like checked his cell and found this hole. So that's why he was transferred, right, from Garth to Strangeways, and he was put in the segregation unit at Strangeways. And then, like I said, they've let him on the yard for his exercise. He might have got half an hour, 45 minutes or something. So he's locked up behind his door all day. He gets out for half an hour, 45 minutes, and thought, you know what, fuck it. And he's obviously planned it, and he's prepped it, and he's gone up. Ended up on the roof. People were cheering. People turned up. There was even a party, a rave outside the prison. I myself, because obviously I do interviews with the prison on like prison issues, prison reform, things like that. I went down and I was asked to do an interview for Granada Reports. It's actually on my channel further down the videos. You'll have to like scroll down to the bottom. It's there somewhere. The interview that I did wasn't the best, actually. I had like people distracting me while I was doing the interview, messing about and stuff off camera, so it was distracting me. But yeah, it's a sad state of affairs that someone's got to take that course of action. But like I say, prisoners are suffering silence now. This is the reason that I do what I do, and this is why I think Stuart did what he did, right? Too many prisoners suffer, right, in prison, right? What happens, right? Like I said in previous videos and stuff, if you're suffering in prison, right, and you tell your friends and your family, say you get a kicking by a screw, right, and you tell your friends and your family on a visit, yeah, they then contact the media. The media then say, right, we'll run the story, but we need to contact the prison to validate the story. So that's how they've got to validate it, by contacting the prison. They can't just write something because someone tells them. They've got to validate it, as it's called. So then the news or the newspaper will contact the prison, and then the prison have got a blanket policy, right? And people will know this, right? It really winds me up. Prisons say, we don't discuss individual cases, right? And the reason they do that is to stop stories like Stuart Horner's protest getting out, but they couldn't stop that getting out, could they? Because he was on the roof. So like I say, that's why I do what I do, because it stops the prison system, the Ministry of Justice and stuff. They want to stop these stories getting out about prison conditions, treatment of prisoners and things like that. Like I say, apart from the fact that now within the prison, I mean, in 1990, there was the Strangeways riot, right, which is still to this day Britain's longest prison riot. And do you know what? Yeah, when Alan Lord and Paul Taylor and the lads took over that prison, right, and was on top of that chapel, right, and all the inmates that were involved and stuff, obviously a lot got dispersed to other dispersal units, other prisons and stuff. But the lads soldiered out and stuff. They got like an extra 10 years on the sentence. And you know what? They was like martyrs. They sacrificed themselves. They give up their... Obviously, they was already in prison, so they wasn't free. But they give up... They got years added to the sentence because they was protesting at the state of the prison system and the treatment, and they were slopping out, which, for those that don't know, this was back in 1990, so 27 years ago. Sorry, not 27 years ago. Yeah, 27 years ago this year. People used to piss and shit in a bucket, like 3 to a cell, and they'd have to slop it out. So obviously on the back of this prison protest, right, conditions were improved for prisoners, i.e. improved in the sense that they got like running water, a toilet, but like I say, the prison system, the penny pinching, so they don't like to repair the prison and stuff. They've got old fucking shit ass TVs in there, compared to other prisons which are like have got like little plasma screen TVs and stuff. These have got old fucked up TVs. The regime is horrific. There's no work, there's no employment, there's not enough screws to safely let the lads out and stuff. So that, like I say, you've got lads that within prisons that are like, they end up, right, what ends up happening is they're locked behind the doors and stuff like that. And what ends up happening is people in prison, they develop mental health problems. If they haven't already got mental health problems, like being locked behind your door, we're social people. Do you understand what I'm saying? As people, we're social creatures, yeah. We like to engage with other people. And when you lock behind your door for 23, 24 hours a day, depending on prison officer numbers and stuff, you start to fucking think and stuff. It causes paranoia. It causes serious issues. And like I say, the staff are not mentally health trained. And what it leads on to serious problems within the prison system. And it only gets worse and stuff like that. Like I say, the screws are not mentally health trained. They're understaffed. They're overstretched. They're tied down. If they take any course of action, i.e. like fucking striking, like balloting for a strike action, they're not allowed to. It's deemed illegal, and then they've got to go back. Do you know what? There are screws within H&P that were all right, but for the most part, most of them were, in my experience, were bastards. They really was. They didn't like to engage with you. Like I say, you're just left to rot. There's no rehabilitation within Strangeways at all. You're left to rot. Meagre portions. There's no employment within the prison. There are workshops and stuff, and there are lads that do work and stuff, but there's no mental stimulation there at all. You're just locked in your cell. Your thoughts resonate in your mind, and it literally drives you crazy. It sends you up the fucking wall. Like I say, people are shitting up, smashing the cells up. They're on the buzzers. For those that don't know, the buzzers for like medical emergencies and stuff, but some people genuinely use it for medical emergencies, and other people use it to vent their anger at the screws and try and kick off. And like, you've got to beg for a toilet roll. That's another thing as well within the prison. That was disgusting. Like in my first 6 weeks within that prison, yeah, I got out there in 2:15, yeah. I had to beg for toilet roll, like with the food portions, right? I'm like 6'4", 20 stone plus guy, right? I lost 2 stone in my first 6 weeks, right? You eat everything in sight. I was ordering, like, you're allowed to order canteen, yeah. For those that don't know, the canteen, yeah, is like it's you can order food, crisp, chocolate, all that sort of shit. And even with that, I still lost 2 stone in 6 weeks. Now, it's horrific, man. It's a Victorian prison, and apart from the fact that there's toilet and there's running water and there's like a shower block, right? You get a TV, yeah, which is shit, and you've got a kettle in your pad. Everything else is Victorian. It's not up to date. The prison, I think eventually the prison will be sold off me. Eventually. I do believe that because the ground that the prison sits on is probably very, very, very valuable and stuff, and it'll end up fucking, when it's sold off and stuff, it'll be full of like high-rise fucking apartment blocks like everywhere else in Manchester. But yeah, Stuart Horner to me is an hero. I don't care what people say. That's a bold statement to make. But when somebody takes a course of action to highlight the injustice, the treatment of prisoners and prison officers, from what Stuart said, like I say, prison officers were agreeing with what he was saying, and the fact that he took the course of action that he did to get up onto the roof to highlight the issues within the prison, I'm sorry, but you can only applaud him and stuff like that. We need more people like that within the prison system. I do what I do from the outside now. I've just got out of prison 3 weeks ago. I've just got out Cat B Forest Bank, yeah. But like I say, there's too many. The people in the prison system need to stand up to be counted, right? Peacefully, of course. I'm not going to tell people to commit illegal acts and stuff, because I can't. But people that should stand up and protest and stuff and come together. Prison officers, in my honest opinion, should go on strike. stand up to be counted, make it clear, become a whistleblower, right? I'm going to go down to court tomorrow because, like I said, he's currently on trial at Manchester Crown Court. So I'm going to go down and support him and stuff. He's given evidence on, I think it's Wednesday or Thursday and stuff. And the reason that he's gone not guilty I think he's been charged with affray and I think causing a public nuisance or criminal damage, something like that. The reason he's not gone guilty is if he goes guilty, he's not allowed to speak. But the fact that he's going not guilty means that he'll be cross-examined and he'll be able to give evidence. And he's going to speak out about the prison system, penal reforms and all that, Inspectorate of Prisons. And he's going to speak up for the injustice and the shit that prisoners have to put up with on a daily basis. The prison isn't about rehabilitation. It's a load of bollocks, right? The only person that can really rehabilitate you is you. And the people that should be addressed on prison issues and stuff and how to improve prisons should be the prisoners. It shouldn't be down to people like Liz Truss, right? It should be about the prisoners that are housed there. What can the prisoners have that will improve them, stop them kicking off, help them. People that have got mental health issues should be mentally health assessed and put in mental health units. Prisons are not mental health units, right? And like I say, Stuart Horner took the course of action that he did. And I have the utmost respect for him for everything he's done. And power to you, man. Like I say, brother, like solidarity and all that. That's what it's about, man. People just watch the videos, watch the video at the beginning and go on YouTube and look for Stuart Horner. It talks a lot of sense. And he did it. He stood up for himself, and he'll probably get an extra few years for this. But he did it for the prisoners. Right, guys, leave it there. Speak to you soon. Bye.